day, everyone. Greetings to you from Nigeria, Supreme Education Foundation. Hello, British Council. My name is Dara Somisango, and I am representing from here tonight as a talk on the call mental health awareness in the UK. Mental health awareness doesn't just affect most people all around the world, but will be a sign of fear that is around every single human being in the world. It doesn't just involve the signs and symptoms of showing weakness, but to actually just be a problem that every one of us can practice in our everyday life. First of all, let us set the foundation. What is mental health? Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. Mental health just basically involves every single thing that regards health and safety of the brain. Now, why does mental health matter? Just as your physical health, mental health can equally matter. Without mental health, you could barely function. As without every single part of your body, you could barely function. As equally important as your physical health is, mental health is always important. Think about it. If someone that is physically fit, physically responsible, how would you feel if that person barely perform basic functions like carrying the body of their cells? How would you feel if the strongest person in the world was autistic? This is why mental health matters, so that we can set the foundation to lay the awareness, to set the solution that will bring the end to mental health pandemics and mental health stigma all around the world. What are some common mental health issues in the UK? Particularly pertaining to the UK, the number one mental health issue is depression. This affects 95% of people all around the world and every single continent. Although depression can come in small bits, to very high symptoms and severity of depression, it is just common and it can affect every single person around the world. Nobody is free from depression. Second is anxiety, or you can just call it simple fear. Every single time that you feel fearful, every single time that you feel that need, that you just can't breathe, that you feel that shakiness, that nervousness, it can just be a common sign of symptom of anxiety. Next is suicidal thoughts. Every single time that someone feels the urge that maybe I can't do this, maybe I'm not doing it, maybe I should drop off this video, maybe if I die, nothing will change. This can be defined as suicidal thoughts, and it's the leading cause of death in the UK. And then the second, properly, PTSD. This is pretty common in our work veterans, anybody that has been through any form of trauma, abuse, all throughout their life. And it basically just involve them recalling traumatic memories that affect them in their everyday life. Signs and symptoms of mental health: persistent sadness or loneliness, excessive fears or worries, withdrawal from friends and activities, extreme mood changes. And now, causes of some mental health problems. Mental health can either be caused by genetics and family history, trauma and abuse, substance abuse, and long-term stress. Anything that could compromise the mental health integrity of any human being. And lastly, the graphical overview. Now, for my graphical overview, I basically focus on anxiety. And anxiety, particularly young people. Anxiety affects about 86% of 18 to 24 years old. 28% of 16 to 29 years old, all around the UK. Now, this is just a baseline of anxiety all throughout the year. Now, as you can see, the anxiety rate in the UK kept on increasing all throughout the year, and it was a massive spike, all the way from 29% to 40.5% in 2020. Could anybody get a reason why? Because of COVID. COVID brought too many people into their homes. It's caused a lot of people to lose many jobs, and it caused a lot of shutdown of activities. Basically, the lockdown pandemic literally put everybody into their own bubble, and nobody was practically allowed to communicate in it, and everybody was left isolated at home. And then, with a good thing, with the introduction of the COVID-19 vaccine, mental health started decreasing. And as of 2026 right now, mental health only affects 36% of people in the UK. Now, mental health affects everybody, but it's a noticeable difference between men and women. As of 2022 and 2023, women reported having 37.1% increase in anxiety, and and many reported about having 30% increase in anxiety. It says it kept on increasing from 20% all the way down to 34%. And now, as of now, 45% of people have feel the need to be ashamed to talk about anybody of anxiety. They don't have the confidence to go to the doctor or see, maybe I have a problem. People feel that they're not coping when their anxiety just feels. And then 80% feel anxious at some time. As I said, they affect everybody around the world. 78,000 people feel waiting over 1 year for NHS mental health treatment, which means a lot of people don't have access to mental health treatment all around the world. 59% of young people said that mental health got worse while waiting for NHS treatment, which means people's integrity kept on getting worse and worse as they are waiting for treatment for their anxiety. People are kept on waiting over a year and we don't have a lot of patients. And then even very old people said that 70 years old, 5% of them feel anxiety and report anxiety all over the world. Now, anxiety can also be driven by a lot of factors such as preparing for exams, work and stress, and loneliness, such as what's called the business spike in the COVID-19. 40% of anxiety is caused by school, 33% is caused by work, and 31% is caused by loneliness. 20% also is caused by job insecurity, e.g. you getting fired. And then social media and digital comparison and housing costs and financial stress. Anxiety can just be the lack of dopamine and the lack of confidence. How many of you know the original Power Rangers? Now, the original Pink Ranger said something about mental health, not quite recently, although she's very old right now. Marissa Arbita, and she said healing takes time, and asking for help is a very courageous step. One of the very brave old mats, as she was the Pink Ranger for the original Power Rangers. Now, you guys should know that anxiety and mental health affects everybody in this room. Anxiety and mental health affects everybody in the world. Anxiety and mental health can affect anybody. It can happen to anybody. And then, don't be afraid to take that bold step. Don't be afraid to take that confidence. Don't be afraid to say, I can do this, because you can do it. And if you take that courageous step to get cured, if you take that courageous step to get help, maybe we can make mental health. Maybe we can eradicate mental health away from the world. And just like humanity did, we can keep on persevering. We can keep on short-sighted. We can keep on seeing into the future. And then we can finally put an end to mental health for good all around the world. And that will be all. Thank you, British Council, for giving me this opportunity.